Hey, good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. I hope y'all are all doing well. It has been a long week. Hopefully y'all can hear me fine. Hold on, let me verify the sound real quick. Waiting for it to catch up. Give me a second, it's almost there. That's the echo. Hey, good. All right, so I hear myself. So hopefully y'all are all doing well. Again, AJ the CEO. We try and come here every Friday, and it's a bad echo here. I got to get used to that. But we try and come here every Friday to try and answer your questions when it comes to media ministry. I don't know everything, folks, but hopefully I can point you in a direction, or if I do know the answer, make your journey a little bit easier. We are live here on YouTube. We're also on Twitch. We're also on AJaytheCEO.com, that website, my personal website. So we're all over the place. So if anything ever happened, you know, you can always go to AJaytheCEO.com, and we are streaming there as well. We've been working down in Oxford, North Carolina. This whole week had a big snafu with Best Buy and just a whole bunch of running cables in the wall and the walls not being thick enough. I have videos 3 and 4, days 3 and 4. I'm editing them. I need to do some voiceovers because I just didn't like how that turned out. But anyway, that's what we got going on. I got to go back down there tomorrow to try and do some other stuff, also do some training. Supposedly, the missing TVs will be delivered on the 30th, so we got to go back down there for that. So it has been an adventure, to say the least. But anyway, let's holler at some folks. Mr. Clarence, hey, good morning to you. Good morning, Amy. Darius, good morning. Roy, hello, hello. Francisco, what is going on, sir? Jose, again, thank you for the membership upgrade and good morning to you. Eddie, hey, good morning. Brian, hello, bonjour. Alex, Kenya, what's going on? Charlene, hey, good morning to you. Elder Rob, hello, hello. Phil, good morning. Kenneth, good morning. Michael, hello, hello. Jerry, good morning. Lanny from Mississippi, hello. Mom's Video, hello, hello. Bruce, hello, hello. And Bruce, I did see your message. The video that I have not done, this is the Unify display cast that I haven't done. It's like digital signage from Ubiquity. I have the video, I just never finished it. I do have this configured to be a digital display for the conference. We'll be working on that as well. Brian Jones, good morning. Harvey, hello, hello. And Norm, hey, good morning to you. So folks, let's get all the formal stuff out of the way. So I want to give, excuse me. Just to let you know, folks, if you like what we do here and if you don't want to become a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member, you can go to emissionarygear.com. This is where all the merch and everything that we sell and all of that stuff goes to help fund everything that we do here, buying the new products, buying all the stuff, help funding the giveaways that we do. That's how that all is. Also, want to use this platform to shout out your media ministry team. And I'm sorry, this is really getting on my nerves with this echo. Want to give a big shout out to your media ministry team. Email me a question to ajhomes.com. Make the subject my media team. Send me a picture of your media team, where you're located at in your church's ministry, so I can shout you out from here. I had a couple of people email me, but they never put pictures in the email. So please make sure you put the attachment on there, because I can't shout out and share your team if there's no pictures. Again, thank you so much for those who are continuing to buy my books that are on Amazon. And folks, we have the 3rd annual E-Missionary Conference is coming up next year. Really excited about all of the stuff that we got planned for that. And I'm trying to get my stuff prepped while I change scenes here. So just let you know, here on the website. Now, YouTube has pushed out a new thing. It's how you can set goals for your live stream. I do have a goal going on here because I'm gonna try that. And the goal, we're just testing the waters with their new features as well too. But I want to see if we can in the next hour and a half, if we can get 10 super chats at $5 or more. We're gonna give away one free online ticket to the 2025 E-Missionary Conference. Want to start doing that and leverage all these tools. Again, there's no point in me teaching y'all about the tools if I don't even try them myself. So I just put it out there. Don't feel compelled to do it, but like I said, we're trying that out. But then it gives an option to, the reason I did it that way is $5, $50. That covers the price of if we gave somebody, if somebody gets in online. That's what that is for. So we got all this stuff. We have some more people here. Teachers, if you are interested in teaching, please go click on teach, click on in person or online. In person, right now it's a discounted price. If you go through here for teachers, you need to register and you need to pay for that because we got some materials that it has to be covered. That's what that is for. Also, any teachers who registered when we were setting up everything, I need you to go in and set your account and put your information in because that's the only way you're going to be able to look at all the sessions when the conference is over, how to interact with anybody when you're teaching your class, because everything is going to be through the website and you have to be logged in and you have to have an account to do that. What else? We're building out our schedule. Like I said, we have our registration. This is going to be in person and online. I hope you all know that. Registration, our first kickoff is going to be me talking about our welcome and purpose like we always do. We're going to have 5 sessions on the first day from 9:45 to 10:45. Some sessions may run over. Depends on how long the teachers need. We'll have lunch. We're going to have and I don't know why it's not showing here, our live Q&A, like I'm doing now, is going to be held at the conference. So that's going to be on the first day as well too. That is going to be from 11 to 1. And I think I need to change the schedule for lunch on that. And then we got sessions 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we got dinner. And then on day 2, again, registration on a mission for the Great Commission. So the West, I stole your title. That's going to be our kickoff on the second day. Then we're going to have 3 sessions on day 2. And then we're going to have lunch. We're going to have Bible trivia there. We're going to be having some giveaways for the teams there. 3rd session, dinner. Then we're going to be closing off with our conference roundtable. So really excited for people to be in the place as well as just people interacting online and all that other fun stuff. So folks, before we get started, if I don't get to your question, know that you can email me at questions@ajayhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond, and probably going to need to give me a little bit more time. It is my princess's birthday on Sunday, so I'm going to be out in commission of that. And again, I normally don't tell a lot of my private stuff, but my Uncle Elmer passed, so Monday I'm going to be at the funeral, have to play for that, and we're going to be, spending time with family, and then we got some other stuff on the 24th. Then Christmas, the day after that, going to be just relaxing the 24th through the 26th. Then I'm going to be back down to Oxford, North Carolina on the 30th. And then I actually got to play. I got choir rehearsal on the 26th. I also have choir rehearsal on that Saturday. Then I have to play for the young adults on 5th Sunday, something on the 30th. Then watch night on the 31st, and it's just going to be a whole bunch of stuff. So that's what we got going on. Also, if me and you going back and forth on emails more than 3 times, I highly recommend you just go ahead and set up a consultation. Go to ajayhomes.com/consultations. We can do phone call, Zoom, on-sites. If it's pretty much, I ain't got no time for any on-sites for the rest of the year. We're starting to schedule for next year. A lot of my business contracts are being updated for next year, so I have a bunch of projects that are obviously getting pushed into next year. We're going to be going with that. What else? If you're not a part of it, folks, know you can go to the Facebook and join our group, and it's like this with 3,400 media ministers all over the world working together to help move us forward. We don't talk about denominations. You don't put just live stream inside the group because you would get kicked out for that stuff. It is meant to be a hub of knowledge that you can work with other media ministries that may have the same amount of equipment that you got, same type of equipment to work together to move us all forward. That's what that is for. Just go to facebook.com, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy, answer the 3 questions, and that is it. I think that is everything. We are about 3,400 subscribers away from our next goal of 70,000 subscribers, where we're going to be doing our giveaway. We're going to be giving away 2 $1,000 bundles, which is a mini PC, a PTZ camera, and all of that for 2 ministries. And then the next giveaway, once we hit 80,000, that is going to be one $2,000 bundle. So all you got to do is do the link down below or go to this link right here. If you've already entered, don't worry about it. You're already there. If you are a Patreon or YouTube member, you're already entered, and I enter you in twice as a way of saying thank you. So I think I got all that stuff out of the way. So if you have a question, folks, please start it off with a Q so it makes it very easy for me to find your question. And let us begin. Let me go back. Page 1, page 2. Don't see any questions here. Page 3. Andrew. We shout out some folks here. Reverend Leroy. Hello, hello. And have you had any problems with sound and video syncing while using the Blackmagic camera app on Android? No, I have not. Sync issues as in you're linking it to what? To stream, or just in general using the camera? Which one are you saying that you're experiencing issues with? They did do an update, and I will hook it up here. Which camera do I have? That's 3. I'll use... I need another cable. Oh, I can just use this one. Unplug that. And I tried to clean up here. I just got a bunch of stuff. So if I go to plug this in, I have a HDMI to USB adapter. I will go into the camera app. And we got a picture. Lens, I want the front camera. So if I go to number 3, we got this. And what's you ready to say? Is that backwards? Yes, it is backwards. I don't know why. I need to switch it from doing the mirror. But anyway, this is it. But when you're saying you're having lag in video and out of sync, is it the fact that you're using it? Is it the recording that's off? I need to know the full setup, because if it's out of sync and you're just making a recording, that sounds like the camera might be slow, but I don't know about that. And I need to turn off the mirror. I don't want it to mirror when I use this, but let me know and we'll come back to that. Andrew, hello, hello from Jamaica. Mike from Canada, hello, hello. Streets of Destiny from Phoenix. Rob, I'm off of work the 23rd through the 6th. Unavailable on the 23rd and the 28th. Yeah, okay. Well, the goal is I have to get a longer drill bit to get through the wall, and y'all will see the videos. I'm having an issue getting through the front wall because it's stucco, and then it's just a hodgepodge of stuff, and the wall is not stable enough for me to hang a TV on it. So I need to finish the video so y'all can just see it. It's not my best this work, but I got 2 steel struts that I'm going to put on either side of the wall and then just wrench them together to give me more of a stable foundation, and then put the TV mount on that. And then honestly, hanging the TV should not be an issue, Rob, because the way it is, the way the TV is going to be hung, you're going to be able to get on the pulpit to lift up one side, and then my ladder can get on the other one and I can walk it up. So it shouldn't be a problem. The TV is only 70 pounds. So if it wasn't so big, normally I can hang it myself. But because it's so long, my arms don't get so wide. So I can't do it for that. But we should be good. Hopefully we can get it on the 30th and maybe hang both of them. It's all depending on I put the mounting in place. Then I got to climb up in the attic. I might try and do that Saturday and climb up and run the cables down. I just ordered all of the extra conduit that I need, but it's not going to be here till Sunday. But anyway, but thank you for that. Andrew, starting over again, need a basic church streaming suggestions from camera to software. I need to do an updated version of this, but honestly, it has not changed that much. My suggestions have not changed, but the tech has gotten better. So let me log into Amazon without my account, and I don't like what I'm seeing on here, but let's cut over here and let's go here. Trash. I'll leave that alone. So it all depends. If you're doing a church setup, I'll go through what I suggest for the mini PC one. Again, this is if you're trying to do budget. What I would do with that is we're going to go with AMD because it's still beating the brakes off of Intel from a processor standpoint, and the prices jumped up. Well, here's one, a Ryzen 7. I would get this, and let's look for an AVCans E20. Come on now. AVCans E20 NDI version. So that would give that, so we can link it to that over NDI running OBS. We're also going to get a BV Tech PoE switch. Get you there. We would do, let's just do a 100-foot Cat 6 cable. Those are overpriced. That's an outdoor, but that's the cheaper one, so we'll go with that. Then we'll also do 100-foot. We don't need an HDMI cable because we're going to be pulling everything over NDI, so I don't even need to do that. And then, monitor and keyboard, whatever, I'll let you pick whatever one that you want for that. So if you were just going to go bare minimum, you could get away with a system that is similar to what I'm giving away. Is this system that would give you very stable live streaming from the system. I would not try and run scripture and live streaming in this setup. It could do it. I wouldn't do it just because this GPU is going to be utilized to do all the encoding. And just sometimes when you just start and stack different features on top of this, you're introducing some problems. That's what I always like to keep the stuff separated. But this would give you an NDI camera. This would get you all set up. If you wanted to get like a video switcher, an ATEM, a GoStream, or what like that, all you would have to do is get a fiber optic HDMI cable, hook it up, then you could add more things. But this would be the bare minimum. And then if you wanted to get fancy, no, that's the AVIP Joy or Joy IP. I think I got them backwards, the name. Then you can add this joystick in here. Then get another Ethernet cable. The PoE will power that as well too. And then even with that, you're right at 12. Now, if you want to do something bigger and badder than that, just let me know what's your budget where we can work in. Because, I could draw out anything, but you just need to depend on how you got your stuff going. And y'all are asking, let me see if I can show you a picture. I'll show you a little behind the scenes of the fun stuff that has been going on and in Oxford. Where are my images here? So these are my folders of me working. This was yesterday's stuff. Where is it at? Can't even find where some of it is. hold on. So this was me assembling the struts and stuff like that I was talking about to try and put them on the wall. What else? What else? What else? So that's what I was trying to measure through, drill through it, all this other stuff, and it's been an issue. I put that stuff in the wall, and it came out very, very loose, made the holes, but I got through to something into wood, but then I literally just yanked and the whole thing came loose. So we got to do some more stuff. I've came across that before. It was actually a church up the street where I actually had to put anchors and put concrete in the wall and let it set for a week to make it more stable. So it's been very interesting. Lanny, just wanted to share this. I was able to get cellular internet from the church and use this for Wi-Fi to live stream my service. Sweet. Who is the provider? Also, yes, sir, I did. I think I've responded to your email. I'll send it again just in case it didn't go through. And Lanny was saying using the Vilo mesh Wi-Fi system. Okay, cool. Lamar, good morning, sir. It's a long message. So my church wants to go wireless as far as the setup. Don't really recommend that, but okay. What I'm trying to achieve is 4 Canon CRN500s with the Hololand 4K transmitters. I don't know yet if the access point will act as PoE or one PoE switcher will work. The access points, the ones that I'm aware of, do not provide a PoE pass-through. So you would need something more than that. You would need to provide something for that. But everything is going to be ran via laptop and tablet across multiple people. What are your thoughts on that? Is there anything I can do better? Oh yeah, and the Behringer wing is also going to be controlled via tablet. To try and put everything on that Wi-Fi like that, honestly, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but you are really putting yourself in a position to have some issues. Yes, the Wi-Fi could work. I would say just even if you wanted to do that, even though I would not do Wi-Fi, if you do, run it with some type of backup Ethernet hardline connection. Last thing you need is to get on Sunday and that stuff don't work. And if everything is on Wi-Fi, what's the biblical way of saying it? You're screwed? I really think you need to have some type of backup. Can it run? And even if you did it on the Wi-Fi, don't you dare try and send that 4K image over your Wi-Fi. You're gonna blow out that bandwidth. I don't know what type of stuff you have set up, but sending 4K constantly between the cameras all the way back, your system is gonna have to be a beast to process all of that video footage in 4K, as well as encode and do that. So just really, 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 really think about and measure how much data is going to be sent, how much needs to be received, how much needs to be processed, how much needs to be encoded, and can your system, you said your laptop, can it handle all of that? And then on the same time, you're still trying to control the board over that network. You might just max out that data, and then you might not be able to control your sound. It is possible. I had one church, I haven't heard back from them. They had some super professional people install stuff, and they maxed out their Wi-Fi because they insisted that the church needed a 4K PTZ, and they were sending 4K over RTSP, excuse me. No, RTMP. No, I got it backward. RTSP. They were sending it over the network, and they were sending it at 100,000 kilobits per second, and it just killed the whole network. It wasn't enough for the camera feed, the video, but then nothing else because it just saturated everything. So just be mindful of that, especially if somebody's trying to set it up and they don't know how it's going. Broke Citizen, how's it going? Hope you're having a drone-free day. tired of the news. Man, I cut off the news. I used to watch independent news and other stuff. I mean, it was just so it just made me almost lose hope for like human society. So I just stopped watching. It was just a drain. So I just don't watch it. If anything's going on, If I, like my drill instructor used to say, you don't need to be concerned about the news. When you hear a bomb go off, then you know that's what you got to be concerned about. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. It was just too negative. I got tired of watching it. And that reminds me, I need to get back on my study for my part 107. I've dropped the ball on that. Doyle Ministries. Good morning, Dr. Holmes. Just wanted to thank you for the vMix stream deck tip you provided last week. Hey, you're welcome. Glad it worked for you. Hey, I appreciate it all. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you. Daniel, make sure you get some rest, AJ. What is this rest thing that y'all speak of? I wish I could rest. People just won't leave me the heck alone in a nice way. I try and help, they don't listen. And then when the boo-boo hits the fan, then they want me to make their urgency my urgency, which is not. It's like if you had listened when I tried to help you at the beginning, now you just, I'm not, hey, so, like drill instructor said, you're going to get strong or you're going to get smart. Sometimes you just got to let people hit their head against a brick wall and let them figure it out. Good morning, Albert. Yes, I did. I actually did a video on it. If they've done anything new, I haven't seen it, which reminds me, man, this AI stuff is getting serious. Sora was interesting. Google just dropped VO2. Bruh, this thing, all of this is AI generated video. I signed up, but it's so many people that are getting on there, you can't get in there. So I'm gonna try and go in one more time, see if I can sign in here to see if it'll let me get on here. All right, it won't let me do that. I have to join the wait list, so let me get here. But I'm really looking to see how this is gonna work. And again, I think I like to call this out to y'all because, you know, churches are the last one to embrace technology. Not that I'm so linked to relevant work. But I think it's really important to get on this stuff because you don't want to get caught off guard. You want to know what it can and can't do so that you won't be surprised when this stuff gets so good and you can't tell the difference. So again, this is under the labs. This is VO, is labs.google, and you can sign up for that. I'm on the wait list. This looks like it's a multicolored elephant made out of Legos. No, that's just a regular elephant, but some of the stuff is really, really sick. And it's still in beta. So it's got a bunch of these that are going out, but be aware of that. I mean, I'm looking at trying, I don't know. I need to do this as a podcast or something like that. Cause like there's so much that I want to do. Like I've had Rakira, who was at Antioch, is like begging me to come back. And real talk, if I've told this to people at Antioch, so it's, if anybody hears this, I said it to y'all's face, so it's not like I'm talking behind your back. If I went back to Antioch, I'd be like Jesus flipping over tables, because there's so much stuff that needs to be changed. And if you bring me in, I'm gonna do it that I think is the right way, that I know, not that my way is the right and I'm perfect. I'm not saying that, but there's a lot of things that need to be changed, and a lot of people don't like that. So that's just my mindset. So like the first thing, if I'm really fighting to sit down and make a video of redoing their video announcements, because I know Pastor Paul does a lot of the announcement stuff, because nobody has stepped up to make the announcements for him. So I would take that off his plate, start doing that stuff on the video announcements like I did, use some of these AI tools to make it a lot easier and faster than how I used to do it. It took so much time to do it, but I don't know. Let me leave that alone. Again, I don't know what this rest thing y'all talk about is. David, hello. Tangela, hello. And again, I haven't said it, but I just put it down here. Folks, it really helps the algorithm if y'all would hit that like button, also hit the subscribe. If you're watching this and you're like, how come I can't leave anything? You have to be a subscriber for at least, I think, 24 hours for you to actually put any comments on my live streams. It just helps get these people, bots and stuff, from putting nonsense up on here, on there. But let's see. Let's jump to our next question. Back to David. Do you have a video on auto switching on the A10 Mini similar to the Rodecaster video? Yeah, there's no auto switching like that. I really think they probably could make something like that with the software, but no, the A10 doesn't have any auto switching right now in any way, shape, or form. Daniel, hello, sir. And it's snowy up there. I'm so glad I'm not up there. Do you have a video on how to use DaVinci Resolve? Yeah, that was my church post-production where I used to do that every Sunday, doing videos. So I have old stuff. I have a couple where I've done them recently. And like I said, talking back into that, my knee-jerk reaction is I want to start editing and doing some other stuff for Antioch. I'm not a member back there at Antioch. It's just I see a need. But the hardest thing for me, and I really need to make this into a podcast. The hardest thing for me is I know why I do what I do. I don't do it for people. I do it to help out. Thank you, Mike, for the super chat. So we are 9 away from giving somebody free access to our 2025 E-Missionary Conference. So again, thank you for that. But I know why I do. I do the stuff because this is what I was called for. But the human side of me, it ticks me off that I try and help, and I don't have to do what I do. I don't. I spend my money to help out, and I see a need, I try and fill it. It hurts when I know that I've done stuff with my own money, my own time, and then I have people nitpick and say all manner of stuff against me for stuff that I didn't have to do. And that's where we talk about the church hurt. I'm like, you stupid idiot. And yes, I did say that. You stupid idiot. People ain't got to do nothing. And you don't bad mouthing and talking down to people who are volunteering their time and their stuff. That's the quickest way to lose people who volunteer their time and their effort. Like, again, we're many members. The toe doesn't do what the heart does, but what's happening in church, somebody who is a pinky toe, who does have a role, is trying to criticize what the heart is doing, what the brain is doing, what the liver is doing, what the kidney is doing, saying, hey, I'm a pinky toe. I can do the same thing that you're doing. No, you don't. No, you can't. But when they try to do it and they fall apart, they blame everybody else except for themselves. Let me get off my rant. Let me get off my rant so much. Elder Rob, thank you so much for the super chat. So we are 8 away from giving a free access to the online ticket for our 2025 E-Missionary Conference. Albert, I will have to look. I read the new Rode video sound system has a feature that addresses video audio syncing concerns. I guess I don't understand. Wait a minute, am I missing something? Like when you're saying audio, I don't think I missed the first part of your question. I read the new Rode Videocaster system has a feature that addresses what's the issue? I've never seen. The ATEM originally had syncing issues, but they fixed that, and that's been fixed for like years. But I've never heard of any syncing issues. The syncing issues has always been either a computer that was connected to it. I've never experienced syncing issues that wasn't software related with hardware stuff like the ATEM, the Ghost Stream, or something like that. So if it's something new, that is new to me. I'm not aware of that. I see a bunch of comments with people going back and forth, so that's cool. Y'all talk about, see, I didn't record this. the electrician was doing the electric stuff there at Oxford, and they pulled the panel off, and it was a petrified rat inside there, skeleton and all, half flesh, half skeleton that just got stuck in the wall, and it's been there for a minute. Y'all be glad I didn't post a picture of that, because I was just like, oh, I'm glad stuff like that don't scare me. But I mean, I was just like, if I came across and saw that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Andrew, I have the mini PC already. Affordable PTZ camera or other camera suggestion would be helpful. Our internet is unstable. Oh wow. The AVCams E20 are the most affordable PTZ cameras, so you can get them as low as $350. The one that I did was $409 and it had NDI built in. So the E20 you can get for $350 to $380, and those are the cameras that I installed at Oxford. And when I put them up, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, that looks great!" So again, very, very, very good stuff. But that's what I would do. That's the lowest entry level that I could possibly say. David, thank you for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. We are 7 away, folks. 7 away. And then he says, also, I have an ATEM for the past year, not used. Well, I mean, it sounds like you got everything you need. I would go with that AVCams E20, and you could use the software to control it for right now. And then as time goes on, you could get a joystick, and that could work for you good. Norm, and my daughter, when she was with me, she was open mouth coughing, which I can't stand anybody doing. I was like, Yanni, cover your mouth. And then after she left, I was getting congested and stuff. I was like, I ain't been sick this entire year at all. And then my little girl wanted to be giving me hugs and coughing and stuff. So anyway, Norm, we just got and assembled a metal audio rack. It comes with a 1 foot long grounding wire. Is it important to ground the rack? And if yes, what do you ground it to? Huh. Well, I mean, again, I'm not an electrician, but this is similar. I was trying to change out an outlet at Oxford, but they jimmy rigged that grant. Kenneth, thank you for the super chat. 6 away, folks. You technically would screw that into, if you have metal boxes or a grounding screw inside of an electrical outlet, you would ground it to that. I don't know how that would work with that. G. Albert, thank you so much for the super chat. We are, I think the goal only counts when it's that 5, but hey, I still appreciate that. I'm not going to negate that. I'll still count that even though it doesn't hit the goal on YouTube. But we're 5 away, folks. That's what I would think. I've never had to do that. If you have like a power strip, that power strip is going to be grounded if it has a 3-prong in that as well too. And if you use a power strip, you may be able, some power strips have a grounding screw on the back of that, and you can screw it into that. I've never used a ground to a rack like that. So, Rob, that's that stucco type wall that's usually put over concrete. Yeah, and the concrete was like only a 1/4 of an inch thick, and it was brittle. And the church is like over 100 years old, so it's, if we don't put something, I don't want to have anything hearing about an 85-inch screen TV falling from 14 feet high. No, I do not need to have a record like that in any way, shape, or form. So that's why we're going to make this stuff super, super stable. Spending more than I probably would in this project is over top of what was already budgeted for, but I want to make sure it's done right. Connect Community Church Hamilton. We switched to presenter and now have live stream lyrics and in-house lyrics done by the same system using NDI screen cap with third screen with green screen. Continued problem we are seeing is that when the lyrics change on the live stream, we see green ghosting for a split second because of the filter. I would, now how is that being captured? Is that also being captured in OBS? You could turn up the color of how much is being captured, and that should help with that. Charlene, I'm connected to internet via running line and wanted to know what I needed to connect to laptop from I needed to connect to laptop from the A10 Mini Pro. Well, if the A10 Mini Pro is on the network, well, when you say connect, are you connecting as in that you want to be able to control it, or you want to connect it so that you can actually? Hey, Darren, thank you for the super chat. We are 4 away, folks. Like, what are you trying to connect? Are you trying to connect so you can get the video and audio from the A10, or you want to just connect to it so you can control it? Let me know and we can answer that. Uh-oh, folks, thank you so much. Noonie222, thank you for that super chat. We are 3 away. Yay. Rob, in order to do that, you will need E7 access point with a 2.5 gigabit link and a 10 gigabit switch for that. Yeah, you need some extra stuff. I have a 10 gigabit switch here, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of companies are trying to push this 4K stuff that do AV integrations. And to be quite honest, I'm not saying this to be arrogant, but I've come back behind a lot of them. Half of them don't know what the heck they're talking about. They're suggesting, oh, you could just have a mesh network and we can have all your cameras on 4K. You want to know why they push for the wireless stuff? Because they don't have to run cables. They just got to plug it in. It makes it easy for them to install, but can it do what you need it to do? Most of the time, no. Take myself out, bruh. If I wish I could, I really wish I could. It's like I work to help, but then also because this is, in the last 7 years, this is what I was mandated to do. This is the, outside of disability, this is the only income that comes in. So when daddy don't work, daddy don't eat. So a lot of this stuff I do because obviously this is my season. This is what I'm doing in this season of my life. But sometimes it get hard, man. I'm just being real. I don't want y'all to say like, oh, AJ's making that YouTube cash and we just doing all this other stuff. There's a reason why I tell you that my company and me fund this channel. I just try and be real with y'all. Rob. Prince William as well. My stepfather passed and I'll be at his funeral Monday as well. Sorry to hear that. Man, if I find out you at the same funeral I am and we family, that's going to be interesting. But again, pray for y'all as well too, and I appreciate it. My local IT company is providing service using AT&T Cellular. I saw an email about that. But no, I mean, it's, again, MA16V3, I know every time when I go into a rant, he ends up showing up on here. But no, but see, that's the thing. You would think after COVID, you wouldn't have to explain to people why media is important, but obviously it is. That's why this channel is important. People still don't understand. They still think that media ministry is just for lazy people at home. They don't see it as a tool of evangelism. They don't see it as that. And then you see other people. G. Albert, again, thank you for another super chat. And we are, still says we're 3 away, but technically we're 2 away. So thank you for that. They don't see the importance of it. And I try not to get heated. I try to compose myself because I see people confidently speaking of ignorance. And y'all know my definition of ignorance. Ignorance is a lack of knowledge. Everybody is ignorant, just in different subjects. Stupidity is when you know you're lacking knowledge and you refuse to get it. That's what I call stupidity. And the things that get on my everlasting nerves are churches that are dying. You got the median age is 68 and older. You ain't got near a lick of anybody in your church under the age of 35. Everybody in leadership roles is 70 and up or dust, something like that. And then you fight when somebody comes in the demographic that you're trying to get, making suggestions that would reach their demographic. But the older folks are saying, you don't know what those younger people want. We're 70. We're completely unrelatable. Nothing we've done has gotten those people in. So we're only going to listen to ourselves instead of the people who are actually in the age group that can tell us firsthand what we need to do. But we're not going to listen. honestly, the nicest and the harshest way is the church needs to die off if you still got that stupid mindset. Because inevitably it's going to happen anyway. If you don't want to, you're still stuck saying, I don't want to get out of Egypt. I want to still make my bricks from straw and mud and just suffer, because that's way better than going over here to the promised land. Or listen, it's like you can't teach or help stupid. And I know that sounds blunt, but it is. At this point, anyway, G. Albert, my wife and I also have, a lot of stuff's going on, man. I know who I am. Hey, good morning to you. Again, like I said, Mike, thank you for the super chat. Thank you all for that. Y'all messing with me. Y'all messing with me. Yeah, I see that. Back to Brooks Citizen. The only way I know to auto switch is with the mix effects from Adam Toe, and cameras should have mics connected to them. Yeah, I wish they would have something built in that would do that. I think that would be really cool. Man, y'all funny. CRC, I need to extend a USB cable over 100 meters. Good Lord. You would probably need to switch that over to an Ethernet, because regular USB is like, I think, 30 feet max. What's that? And if you said you want to do 100 meters, good Lord, that's 328 feet. I don't even know if you converted that over to Ethernet, could it go that long? I'm not sure. I would try that, but I'm not sure. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Raymond, I'm gonna have vMix and Blackmagic Extreme ISO software running on another PC, a system, different locations. Software versions are the same. I need to transfer a vMix project and associated Extreme ISO file. What files do I need to copy? Is there a video? Now, hold on. Let me make sure I get this right. I have a vMix and Extreme software running on another PC, different location. Software versions are the same. All you had to do for the ATEM is, and I'll show you on my side for that part. For the ATEM, you can come in here, open up the ATEM software, and you can just do a, thank you for the super chat again, David. Thank you. We are 2 away, folks. So we would just do save as, and you can save whatever. So I'll just make it untitled and save everything. And then that will be a file. So I'll just save it right now. And then if I open up my desktop, see, and this is the file. This is the XML file that's been done. You can take this and then import that on the other computer. And if you can read the XML, which is very easy to go through, you can see how all this other stuff is compiled. You can see all your settings. You can see my bleeds here for my transitions, my time, all this other stuff. These are all the settings that your ATEM has, and you can push it over, and then that's all you have to do. Now, when it comes to vMix, the latest version of vMix has done an update where you can save everything and do it as a package, and it would make it as a folder or a zip or something like that, and you can just transport those files over to the same computer, and it'll expand out, and you'll have everything. So you should be good to go from there. Bruce, thank you for the input. Grounding the rack may produce a ground loop and likely an AC hum. Interesting. Maybe that's the reason why I haven't also done it. But thank you for that. It's like I said, it's like I've never had to do it, but obviously somebody else has, so that really helps. Philip Paul, how do you place the mics for carolers singing on the stage? We only have the SM58 and the SV100 mics near to them or a bit away. How do you place the mics for carolers. I mean, well, how many are there? I mean, that's what you, for me, I would put it as far away. I would put it in a place and then change the gain to compensate for how far away. And it'll almost be like a choir mic that's hanging from the ceiling so that you can pick everybody up. And you just got to dial the gain in so that it can pick up everybody, but it's not causing any feedback if there are any speakers. That's how I would do that. And it's kind of relevant to what you know, your environment. Without me knowing it, that's what I would do, just dial it in. So Charlene was going on saying you want to be able to do both. All right, so for the video, that's going to be a little different. And do you have a video on going live with the A10 Mini Pro with OBS? Yes, I do. On that, I have like a OBS basics, and I'm going to be redoing a bunch of these. I did the Rodecaster one. Y'all still haven't seen that because I just haven't had the time to sit down and edit it and fix it. But yes, I do have an older video. I am going to do, I think it was a 2022 updated version that I did. That would work. Tamara, hey, thank you. We are one away, and we're going to be picking somebody here pretty soon. And I'm going to be giving away to somebody who's on the live stream. That way I can be able to do that. And again, if you're watching this after the fact, this is why you need to tune in live. So for pulling the net, as long as it's on a network, and you can get the IP address, you can do that. So for example, so if I go over here, all of my computers here are connected. So come on, pull on up, come on. You're going a little bit too slow for me. Let me go over to this one. So all of my computers over here have stuff connected. So my ATEM over here, it's all networked. So if I open up the ATEM control software on this system, whenever it wants to come up, and this is the one that's running vMix. So like right here, I don't know if y'all can see it because the camera's not gonna turn. So my ATEM software is connecting to my ATEM right now because it's on the network. So that will work here. The same way I have this computer, this other computer here is actually the damaged one that I talked about a while ago. I was able to fix it and get a new motherboard and stuff. So this is a Ryzen 5 8600G that's handling the live stream to Twitch and my website right now. And I have the ATEM software on here that I just installed. And from a network standpoint, it will just work because it will just see whatever. So this is the first time it's coming up. So you see I selected, it will see whenever it comes up, and it minimized on me. So again, this is the first time I have it on here. It's gonna find the network. See, it sees my ATEM. I just pick it, and we got another super chat. Brian Jones, thank you so much. We hit it. Yay! So we're gonna do that. Thank y'all for helping us hit that goal. So see, now I can get to the ATEM even though the computer behind me is the one that's only physically connected to. Now, to get the video, you're gonna have to run a USB cable to that other system. So the ATEM Mini Extreme is connected to this computer, but I also have do I have my camera still hooked up? Let me do it this way. Maybe that's the reason why y'all had me do this. Hey, thank you again, Mike, for a second super chat. I appreciate it. So let me switch over to this camera because this will be easier. So right now, I have two USB cables. The black one is going to this computer that you're seeing right here. This other red one is a 25-foot USB that, as you can see on the floor right there, connects to that streaming system, and that's how I'm getting the feed into vMix. That's why I like the Extreme, because it gives me two connections, two USB outs. So that's how that is being connected. So depending on how far away you are, that's what you need to do. But you said that you have a ATEM Mini Pro. If you have an ATEM Mini Pro, you only have one connection. So the only other way that you could do that is if you're not using the USB out, you're going to need to get something like this. You're going to need to get like one of the mini USB-C's capture cards and put this in. And if you're not using the HDMI out, you're going to need to send the HDMI out from your ATEM into this and then into the other computer. That's the only way that would work with A10 Mini Pro. If you had an A10 Mini Extreme, that's when you could do multiple other ones. And y'all liked how I was moving around. So I have the wireless Go mic. That's what I'm talking to right now. And the other wireless DJI Mic 2, I have the mic hooked up to this, to my output, and I have this going into my headset. So that's how we're able to walk around. So let me see if I can find a, we're gonna pick a winner from our live stream here. Pick a random winner from YouTube live stream. Where is that at? So that's a comment. I don't want to do that. Let me see. I stopped actually using TubeBuddy, and I went over to this other tool. I'm playing around with it. It's Creative Fuel. I'll give you some more details on that once I've kicked the tires on it a little bit more. I want to randomly pick somebody. See, I can randomly pick comments. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to throw together some SQL real quick, and we'll randomly pick somebody. That's how we're going to do it. I'm just going to pull down everybody that I have here in this stuff, and we're going to go from there. And that's who we're going to pick to get the winner here. Brandon, what is going on with you? Let me see. We're going to pick somebody here in a half a second, folks. Let's see. I'm going to do a couple of comments while I'm putting this stuff together, and we'll randomly pick somebody for this. So we did that. We did that. We did Raymond's one. We did the grounding one. We did Charlene. Mike. Mesh is unreliable. Maybe if it was Wi-Fi 7, but the underlying equipment isn't there yet. I would agree. Y'all funny. Let's see. Andrew, could you please speak to headless HDMI adapter versus HDMI cord connections to distant TV? The headless HDMI adapter is not wireless. I saw a couple of people, that video blew up, but this is not about wireless anything. This is just tricking your computer into thinking you have another monitor. So this is like good for, like, if you were using a test rig or a motherboard where it won't boot, or it won't let you do anything without a monitor. This just tricks the computer into thinking there is a monitor. This does not broadcast anything. So like with Presenter, it's looking for physical connections. So if I plug this into my computer, the computer will say, oh, you have a third monitor. So Presenter sees, I was trying to do 3, tries to see a third monitor, even though it's not physically there. This is not the same thing as wireless HDMI. They have nothing in common. This just tricks your computer into thinking you have another physical monitor connected. That's it. Wireless is actually like what I installed at Oxford, where it's a wireless HDMI that physically plugs into your computer. It beams over a connection to somewhere else, and you can have a transmitter like I did on the stage. So somebody hooks up a laptop to there, it will wirelessly beam it, and then it goes to the receiver. The receiver is plugged in physically into whatever. That's how that works. Those are 2 completely different things. Let's see. It's fun to try and code SQL and do this all at the same time. AJ on point this morning. I've seen a pastor tell the older congregation, if they don't change, the whole church will die. I mean, it's true. Like, I don't understand. Like, I remember at H Street Baptist Church, my dad's last pastorate, I was 13, and I was the musician, and the one that taught. And I used to have older people who were in the choir that were 3 times my age and didn't want to listen. And I'm like, okay, well, look, how about this? since I was named to be in this position, but since you don't want to listen to me, why don't you bring your happy tail down here? You play, you try and teach. If you can't do that, sit down, shut up, or get out the choir. And if you don't like how I'm talking, go tell my dad. And at that age, at 13, I had 7 years of musical knowledge. I'm 46 now. So at 13, I had 46 and 15-year-olds, 50-year-olds in the choir who was arguing with me. I've been playing since I'm 7. So that's almost 40 years that I've been playing, and I still have people second guessing what I'm doing. So how many more years of experience do I need for you to listen to me? And I think that's the issue, that so many people feel so entitled that your age does not mean expertise. There's some people in our ministries that are 18 years old who have more expertise in a field than a 70-year-old who has dreamed about being in the media ministry and has never touched anything. Your age does not mean that you all of a sudden God gifted you with the knowledge of everything there is. That's not true. If that's the case, I'm 46. I should be a professional daggone brain surgeon right now. Like, I don't understand when people get into church, they just become extra stupid or something like that. They just don't think. They think just because you're a Christian, you believe in Jesus Christ, all of a sudden common sense don't make sense anymore. And just because I'm a Christian, I can speak on everything. Okay, if you know that, ask your pastor if he can go down to your local nuclear power plant and let him run everything. I don't know. No, remember, God gave you everything. You should know everything. You don't need nobody else. You can do everything yourself, right? You see how stupid that sounds? And this is the reason why people look at the Christian church and look at us and think we're hypocrites, because we do stupid stuff like this. Like, who wants to come into a church when the world has all this daggone drama, and you come into the church and it's just as much? I'm like, well, shoot, if it's drama here, I might as well stay out the church if I'm going to deal with drama. But anyway. Des, good morning, AJ and ministry family. Is there any way to control PTZ cameras without an active internet connection? Yes, you don't need an internet connection. You just need a network connection. But like right now, if I turned off the internet here, I can still control all these cameras because they're networked together, which has nothing to do with the internet. Your network can support internet, or it's not. Like when I was in back in 29 Palms, when I was just messing with computer stuff, or I was in Hampton, now I'll go back to the Marine stuff. When I had, what was it? Not Sergeant Sinclair. I think it was Sergeant Sinclair. He was across the hallway from me in the barracks, and we were playing Doom 2. And I networked our computers together. We didn't have internet like that. And we were networked together so that the computers could see each other, and we played games. I did the same thing at James Hall and Hampton University, where my best friend Mike, I got them all hooked on Command and Conquer. We had our computers hooked up together with an Ethernet cable, with a closed network, with us playing against each other. That's a network. It doesn't need internet, but that network will work if you add internet on top of it. So yes, you can control the cameras. Internet is not required for that. Hopefully that helps. Osland, hello. Like I said, Brandon, what is going on, sir? I mean, you see, Brandon's the one that came up with this concept. So there you go. Media, Brandon. Oh yeah, the donation didn't make you be in the list. Plus, I know you're a teacher, so you already there. So I got you. Let's see. You know, Aiken. How about this, Aiken? Hey, you just won. There you go. I'm gonna give it to you. You got entry to a free access to our 2025 E-Missionary Conference. If you email me at info@ajhomes.com. Hey, you just happen to be the person I picked. So I was writing this stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? I felt a little in my shana. So there you go. So you'll be able to come and join and partake on our 3rd annual E-Missionary Conference. where you can take part all online, meet with networking and all this other stuff. Again, please email me at info@ajhomes.com. Take a screenshot of this, and so I can verify that you is who you is, and then I will send that code to you. You get registered, and you're in like Flynn. So, hey, congratulations. Thank y'all so much. Aaron, don't forget about the OBS bot UVC to HDMI converter. Yeah, I have that. I didn't see about that one, but yeah, thank you for that. Hey, you are right on time. Spotlight Deliverance. Hello, hello. Hey, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What's the battery that I need for the Holiday and 400s? I'm not 100% sure. That would be an NPF970 battery. That's what that would be. That is that one. That's what you need for that. Hope that helps you. Dwayne. Hello, I want to upgrade a live streaming system for a church to PTZs. Would you recommend using fiber optic HDMI cables or fiber optic HDMI cables? Don't go with the HDMI to Ethernet extenders. I'm just being honest, because then you're introducing something else that probably needs power, batteries, or something like that. Fiber optic HDMI is just going to be a regular HDMI. No converter, no booster, no nothing needed. And then honestly, 100-foot fiber optic HDMI cable is like $45. Even if you get the adapter, the HDMI cables, and the Ethernet, you're going to cost more than that. Fiber optic HDMI all the way. James, hello, sir. This is a church we did down in Cornerstone, right? Down in Florida, we did a couple of years ago. Is there anything new available to allow a wireless camera to be fed into the ATEM mini stream? Not without, kind of like what we just talked about, you would need to have something like, you would need something that's going to bridge that gap. So you like kind of like what they were talking about, the Hollyland products, the, where's it at? Like the Mars 400S they were talking about, like these, you can hook that up. I've seen a couple of churches do that. You have one of them hooked up to your ATEM, and then the other one would be hooked up to your other camera. That would give you that access. I've seen many a church use that, and that works perfectly fine. These ones are for cold shoes for your camera, but you could get other ones that don't need that. So, I mean, they're a little bit bigger. So maybe like this 4K one, something like this, you can have it strapped to the bottom of the camera or whatever type of camera you got. If you're doing a mobile camera, the cold shoe one would work as well too. But yes, a bunch of people have used that one, James, and good to see you on the live stream. Donald, I hear about several different ways to EQ my room. What are your thoughts on how I should accomplish that? I am still trying to learn that myself. I would probably tell you to look up this guy on YouTube. His name is Drew Brashler. I would check him out. He does a lot of stuff with X32s and EQing and stuff like that. And it might not be, you might not have that exact board, but the concept of what he does to EQ and stuff, that will give you a good start. That's what I'm learning off of EQ, and I'm not an EQ master. I'm learning that stuff myself. That's what I would probably recommend. I would put his link here in the chat. But that's what I would recommend for that. Hope that helps you. Yeah. And please don't get Brandon too worked up. If he sees that, thankfully he can't post pictures like he does on our roundtables, because I know seeing that he posts somebody's picture up there. Right, yeah. Hey, I wouldn't even call it preaching. I just like to tell people the truth because it's like it's foolishness, man. Like it's. I mean, I laugh and joke. Most of the time I do that because it's like it just hurts of where we are from church. Like I go from church to church. Thankfully, I get the opportunity to work with a bunch of different churches, different denominations, different cultures, different colors, creeds, wherever, countries, all this other stuff. And we have so much stuff in common. And a lot of the things, sadly, that we have in common is foolishness. Just the stupid stuff. Like I've had churches that hold up me doing an install because it's 70-year-old trustees saying that they don't want to see televisions in the church because they didn't have televisions in the church when they grew up. See, I almost said something that was not Christ-like right there. My street in military almost came out there for a second. I'm like, when did they have 85-inch flat screen TVs 70 years ago? They didn't. Like, did you think before you even said something that stupid? Like, like, if you're gonna have a reason, make it an intelligent reason. Like I always, and see, I'm calm when I'm in front of people. So I'm free right now because I'm not talking about any specific ministry, but like I have people saying, I don't think we need a television inside the sanctuary. I said, okay, well, let me ask you a question. Why do you have that 12-foot mirror over top of the baptism? Oh, so that's the way we can reflect people inside the baptism when they're getting baptized so people can see in the congregation. I said, so you have no issue with a 12-foot mirror, but you have an issue with me putting a TV up that can give you a better image than the reflection of the 12-foot wide mirror that does the same thing. Well, I it's like, what about putting up scripture and lyrics so everybody can read? Well, everybody should bring their Bible. What if I'm a heathen that just came off the street and I just met Jesus and I decided to come to church and I don't have a Bible? What's your excuse then? Well, all right, let's go back to COVID. Hey, maybe COVID come back around and people coughing and snotting and spitting all over your hymnals, but you want to have a song, but you don't have any hymnals. How does everybody know the song? You put them up on the TV. See, it's like when you really calmly talk through the excuses, let me just be real talk. 95% of the stupid excuses that I hear from churches, all it boils down to is a fear of change. That's all it is. And it's also those people that have an issue, they were used to being the power people in church, being everything need to go through them. And because they are nowhere close to technology is changing so fast, they have no idea to grasp all the stuff that's going on. They'd rather turn away from it and say that, and this, we're going into my first book, they say that all the technology is of the devil, and they completely forget about that it says every good and perfect gift comes from God, meaning that everything that is made, every technology, everything that has ever been made, God allowed it to be there. People have perverted the use of it, but everything that is made has a good purpose. But people put a bad stigma on it. But because people fear change, they fear losing their power they used to have in the church when they should have never had it in the first place, they shun and set the whole church up to be stagnant and stuck in Egypt instead of going to the promised land with what God allowed these tools to be used to help facilitate and reach people throughout the entire world. But they'd rather be stupid, stay complacent in a dead church that's getting ready to die, instead of, hey, we got somebody that came off the street. We got a new guest. They don't know nothing about the Bible. They don't know about the New Testament, the Old Testament, the prophets, the disciples. They don't know nothing. But because we don't want to help disciple people, you help facilitate. You don't have a church, you have a country club. And if you don't know the country club rules, you're not welcome. That's why nobody's coming to your church. Anyway, let's go on. Back to Aaron. It's like people use the churches that You just said it. You just said it. Like a little club for ridiculous behaviors they never get away with in the real world. Exactly. I came here for the tech. I stayed for the rant. Look, I appreciate it. Sean, hey, AJ, love your content. We have an M4 Mini, all peripherals to Insignia TVs. What software do you suggest to cast scriptures? We are not quite ready for live video. Worship Tools Presenter is your easiest way to get into it. It is free. It can run almost on anything. Just go to worshiptools.com. Let's actually go to it because I got to set up First Baptist Church tomorrow for the same thing. Just go to Worship Tools over here. Go down to Presenter. Go for the Mac, for the Apple chip, and get that. And I mean, you'll be up and running in like 5 minutes. Very, very simple. And it's a good start. And that's what I always start everybody with. I mean, I hope y'all are being entertained. Are you not entertained? Mr. Brain Surgeon, please keep your scalpel away from my head. See, exactly. Oh yeah, Doom 2. I remember I used to make use a generic modem driver so that I would trick the computer into being able to talk. Man, we used to do that back in the day. Broke Citizen, have you used a YOLO box? Thinking of getting one for my wife. Yes, I have. You see that dust on it. So yes, I have. We have the in-stream one that's for the vertical, that's doing for Instagram and all this other stuff, TikTok. And then we got this is the Pro, no, this is the original one. It has this is the second one, not the newest one with the most inputs. This one has 2 HDMI ins and 1 out. So yes, I have. I think it's a good option because it has everything built in and you don't need to have another screen that has all that other stuff for you. So yes. Yeah, now, did you get the most recent one? Did they redid and have the engine? I have that one too, so. I didn't get 2024. I have 2022 Flight Simulator on this computer as well too, but I haven't had any time to play any of them. Yes, sir. So yeah, please email me at info@ajhomes.com and I'll get that code to you. Richard, hey, a good morning. This is on the E-Missionary gear joint right there. Let's make sure it is showing up on it. Yeah, there it is. There it go. Right there. You can get that on emissionarygear.com. And all the shirts, everything got boosted up. I don't know if it's about who's the next president or I don't know. Don't care. Everybody's been raising their prices on everything. So the TV, t-shirts and stuff like that, all of them are based at $24.99. That was what they recommended because anything less, they don't make their money on producing it. So my apologies. As you can see, all the t-shirts are there, but you can get it there. We got our desk mat. I got them on all of these. All that stuff is on emissionarygear.com. Yup, man, y'all cutting up today. Lanny, it was like pulling teeth to get the system updated. I had to let it crash and not work for 2 weeks. They approved it then. Hey, unfortunately, you know how many times I've had when people didn't listen? Now, I'm gonna be real transparent with y'all. I have set up a whole lot of stuff and my non-Christian self really, I still have a petty streak inside of me. Sometimes when people don't want to listen, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna shut your stuff down. Since you don't want to listen, I'm gonna shut it down. And then you're gonna have to come to me. I could do that. I've been tempted to do that. I've done that once for about 5 seconds and then my conscience got the better of me and I turned it back on. But like I said, drill instructor Sergeant Hanson gave me a life lesson in boot camp. You're gonna get smart or you're gonna get strong. You're gonna get smart and learn your lesson, or you're gonna do push-ups until you're the beefiest, strongest thing imaginable because you're too busy developing this muscle instead of developing this one. This one right here can get you maybe $30 an hour. This one can get you millions of dollars an hour. But most people concentrate on this. They don't develop this. Mike, that's what I was thinking when I came and saw it. Come on, congratulations. Hey, thank you, CD31. Thank you so much for subbing. And again, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Elder Rob, how do you have the DJI in the ear set up again? So what I got, let's cut over to this camera again. And let's flip this camera around. All right, so what I got, and let me turn it around again. This cable's not long enough. So on my Rodecaster, I have the Mini that I'm wearing hooked up, and that's my mic number 2. And then for the output, I have my mic plugged into the headphone receiver right here. So it's bringing in as another mic, and then I have my earpiece hooked. Hello? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Test. I muted myself. I muted myself. I can't hear. Hold on. Hello. Yeah, so I muted myself when I was going through the menu. So let's go back through here. So I have, flip the lens around. So, and I have the mic hooked up into that, which transmits to here. And then I have my headphones plugged into that. So I'm hearing what is coming from my mix. That's how I have it set up. So that's what allows me to move all around and all this other stuff. Back to Broke Citizen. I recently purchased a small rig NPF battery. Should check it out. Has extra USB-C for phone or something. Sweet. Please don't forget to put a Q in. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Jason, how can I connect 2 PTZs that do not have an in and out RS-232 port? What brand is it? If you don't have that, you're going to either have to, well, see, if they don't have it, then they might not support serial RS-232 connections. I had an issue with that, like with the SMT AV, some of the smaller ones, like the one behind me, that doesn't have dual RS-232. They're not meant to daisy chain. So what would happen is you need to have, if this one only had an in, that needs to be the last one of my daisy chain. So like at Antioch, they have 2 other cameras. If I wanted to add this, all of those have in and out. So I would, joystick into camera 1, out into camera 2, out into the one that only has 1 input, and that's the end of your chain, and that could work. But I need to know the brand so I can look them up as well. But you also have a follow-up. Also, my PTZ has a USB-B out. How can I convert it to an HDMI? You can't. I have an old SMT AV that they sent me a while ago that is sitting here in my closet with a lot of dust on it. Come on, don't fall. Oh, here we go. So this is the one that they sent me a while ago. I don't know if this is the same one. See, this is here. You see that dust in there? Because it's been in the closet. So this has a USB, but it only has an RS-232. So this isn't meant to be daisy chained. This is really meant to be just a one-off type of thing. This could work though, like I said, if it's daisy chained into other ones. So I don't have a camera that I can easily show you that I have them. I just can't spin it around. So let's see. I'm gonna just turn this one around. If it'll let me turn it around. All right, so like this PTZ optics, you see, and I can't get any closer without this. Let's see if I can zoom in. So you see I have an in and out here. So if I had an in going into here, then the out could go to that camera and a joystick would work. But if you don't have it, why won't you let me zoom out? Come on, forget it. So that type of setup would work. But if all of your cameras only have a line in, then no, that won't work. I'm not aware of a way that that will work. So, and honestly, I think at the conference, I have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to speak for anybody else who are YouTubers that are coming. I may do some giveaways with a lot of the other products that companies have given me that are just sitting here. So, you never know. Let's see. Please don't put Jesus on the show. Chuck, how you doing, sir? Chuck, hey, I tell everybody and I remind everybody, I still remember what you and Josh said when I do 100,000, you want me to do the chicken jams. I still remember that. Our priest is engaging tech. He's now sending me slides to use during his sermons. Good morning, by the way. Long time since I've been able to be on. Hey, I appreciate it, Chuck. Thank you so much. Hey, that's why I normally say the nice biblical way. Sometimes when people don't want to listen, I just say, I guess y'all just need to take a couple more laps around the mountain. Translation, y'all need to wait for some people to die off to get out the way. Nicest way I could say it. It's biblical. Because hey, the people didn't get out of the wilderness until some generations died off. That's what it says. Being in Florida, we have a lot of older folks that have health issues. If it wasn't for the media ministry, they wouldn't be able to attend church. Exactly. Most of the churches aren't thinking about that because they're still able to come to the church with that stupid mindset. I've had a whole lot of people who I've known, they're gone now, that had a whole lot of issues with the media ministry. And then when they didn't come to church, they were very thankful that they were able to watch online. They never admitted that they were wrong, but they were very thankful that they could watch because the church van sure won't go in and picking them up. I mean, I don't know about y'all because most of the church van's catalytic converters were being stolen, like a whole bunch of people's. So, I mean, most people don't care about anything. And this is look, I'm going to get political for half a second. Most people don't care about what goes on in our country, how people are being mistreated, as well. It's people. So it's not just the government, it's not just church. People don't care about other people. That's why people can get mistreated and no one gives a good gosh darn about it. But once it hits their home, oh, now you want to be concerned. And that's how it is in church. You don't think live streaming or anything is important because those strangers that don't attend the church, I don't care if they can't watch the service, but let you become the invalid. And now you can't get up and drive anymore. Like, for example, my mom is 86, 87. She's not allowed to drive anymore. If people didn't come and pick her up, and thankfully her church is like a 3-minute drive from her house, if nobody picked her up, the only way she would be able to do anything is going to be watching the live stream. And unfortunately, they do a crap poor job of their live stream because it's older people that think they know everything and they won't let the younger people run the live stream, or they handicap them because it's in their vision of stuff that they have no clue about. But again, if it wasn't for that, my mom wouldn't be able to watch any church service and stuff like that. And that's what I think people don't think about. They're selfish and they only think about them. And I tell this to every church when I install this stuff, when they fight back. I said, I'm not installing this stuff for your church. And I'm not installing it for you. I'm installing it for the people that are coming after you. Like when you dead and gone, the church is going to still go on. Do you want them to come in with a pile of rocks that haven't done anything, that haven't evolved and changed and gotten with the times? Like, I didn't show it, and I'm not talking about Oxford because we're actually doing some stuff, but in the media booth, they had an 8-track player, they had a cassette player, and they had an LP, a record player. That was in the media ministry. And there's still ministries that are still making audio cassettes. You ain't a part of this world. If you're still doing it, you are clueless if that's what you are doing. See, I'm getting too animated. Let's go on to the next comment. And we're going long today. So Wait until they hear my presentation on marketing the 21st century church. We'll be stepping on a lot of toes. It needs to be. Some people say cucumbers taste better pickled. Courtney, hey, good morning. Philip Paul, there will be 10 of them on the stage, plus 4 instruments with a mic for the main keyboard. The stage size is 8 foot by 12 foot. Oh yeah, our place is small. Yeah, I mean, if you could dial it in right, as long as that mic, you can turn the gain up to compensate for everybody else. And as long as it's not near a speaker, it's something that could be dialed in that could work with that. I want to get the best audio out of it for the live streaming in houses where currently we only have. I mean, it could work. It's one of those things. You have to do what you best can with what you got, and it can work. I've done the same thing with the Sunbeam Choir at Antioch, because whoever's directing them, for whatever reason, they hold a mic and put it on the floor, and you can barely hear any of the kids. So I take a mic and walk behind them. I've been telling them to do this for the last 15 years. I just tell you, some people just don't listen. And one last thing, I hear some people say, old people tell me, they're like, well, you know, you can't teach old dog new tricks. And I'm like, well, guess what? You're not a dog, you're a human. Like, you can learn. Guess what? I remember when McDonald's went from accepting cash only to checks and debit card. I remember that. You've changed. Now you go to McDonald's, there ain't nobody that takes your order. It's a tablet. You've learned. I remember when you used to go to the bank to take money out. Then you learned how to use the ATM. Then, I was going to say the ATM. You learned how to do that. You learned how to go from tapes to CDs to streaming in your car. You've learned that. If you've traveled, you remember when it used to be, hey, now you have a fast pass, or you have what's the thing? I got it. I can't even remember. TSA pre-check. You had that. You've learned stuff. It's not that you don't want to learn new stuff, that you're not capable of learning new stuff. You just don't want to because you're lazy. That's really all it is. And you don't want change. I told you. It's fear of change, losing power. That's the reason why stuff doesn't go. Hey, well, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Like, well, I want to be buff. I want more teeth. Just started using the Phoenix Pro in-ear monitor system. So far, it's been excellent. Hey, I'm glad you like it. Exactly. See, and people don't get. I remember when I had my logo designed, I had somebody on Fiverr design it, and I really liked it. And then I think it was Francisco pointed it out to me that as much as that's my message, I completely lost the fact that they really did get my logo right. I'm trying to bring it in here so I can use it here for a half a second. See, if we bring up the logo, and again, yes, I'm going on a mini rant for a half a second. It's not really a rant. It's just meant to be truthful and highlight the stuff that people aren't talking about. The church without 4 walls. We always talking about beyond the 4 walls. Look, it's the 4 walls around the church, and there's a break in it with stuff coming out of it. That's what this is about. It's not about us building our fortified, beautiful walls to keep everybody out. That's been the problem. It's breaking past the 4 walls, using technology to reach out. Jesus didn't have a physical building. He walked amongst the people, and we've gotten so comfortable staying inside. But thankfully, technology has allowed us to go out and reach like never before. That's the purpose of what we do while we do. You know, like, I don't have to be on here. I want to be on here because, like I said, this is my assignment for this season. And I don't want to sit here and just, I could sell you a whole bunch of stuff. I could make my on-sites be thousands of dollars like everybody else. I've had so many people tell me that I'm underselling myself. and my bank account and my bills are telling me that I'm underselling myself. But when I was mandated to do this, I was told not to advertise, to only focus on ministries. And God told me, if you do that, AJ, I'll take care of you. I'm holding him at his word. Yeah, it's tough right now, but I'm trying to do that. So I leave that to him. I focus on trying to help y'all as much as I can. That's my assignment. That's why I give. That's just what it is. And I think I want to educate because the majority of the churches got hemmed up when COVID happened because they became complacent. They used to their regular services, keeping it the country club mentality. We're not reaching out anymore. I enjoy doing this because it's, even if we're not mass in number, we have mass in reach. Because out of the thousands of churches that don't do nothing, the few churches that are reaching out, they're compensating for the ones who are not doing anything. So, Brandon, yes, an A-track. I edit projects. Good morning. Can you explain how to add a Zoom meeting to a live stream? Ran into this last week. I have a video that talks about that. What I did in very, very short, I'll point to look up my video that talks about Ash Wednesday where I did this. So if I used OBS, I'd have two monitors, and in Zoom, I would use the multi display output. So one screen would show nothing but who is out. In OBS, I would capture that screen. And then that would allow me to have Zoom as a private place with just the speaker and me, and I can control who's joining it. But then I could stream that out being captured in OBS to whoever. That is a very, very, very high level of how I do that. Hey, it's true. Wamba. Hope I pronounced that right. Good morning. I have over 50 megabit on an upload speed, but the cache is getting full on the A10 Mini Pro. Do you have any fix? Well, where are you streaming to? And also for the A10 Mini Pro, what is your streaming set to? What I would do is play around with that. So if I go here, and let me delete this. So in here, oh, I'm on the wrong one. So here you have your streaming quality. What is that set to? If you have it set to hyperdeck, no wonder you're having an issue. Hyperdeck is uncompressed recording. It is not meant for streaming. You need to set this here as well. Set it to stream. If it's not one of those, try it low, see if you have an issue. Also, the next thing I would say is make sure you are on the latest version of the software. It is currently, the ATEM software is currently on version 9.6.3. Make sure you have that because they did do some updates that fixed a lot of that stuff. Leader. No, currently I do not. Personally, I do not. His will is built. Hey, that's what we try. We try to do that. I think that's it, folks. I'm gonna be running around today. I got some other stuff to do, and I'm gonna try and relax today. Try and do that rest thing that y'all talk about, but we'll see how that goes. But let me go ahead. If you become a recent Patreon supporter or YouTube member, you're not on this because I've been busy this week, but I want to give a big shout out to all my Patreon supporters and YouTube members. I couldn't do this without them, folks. Like I said, my company supports this, and the contributions of great people like this that you've seen in this live stream are the ones that help me do this stuff. If you like what we do, folks, you can go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO and get started as low as $1 a month, or you can click the join button down below to become a YouTube member. No matter which way you pick, folks, you're helping us train media ministries all over the world. And like I said, these contributions, the other days that I do for our Patreon supporters on our giveaways, I give them multiple entries into the giveaways that we do, that we randomly pull. Everybody else is only entered once, but any Patreon supporters, I enter them twice. As another way of saying thank you. They get access to our roundtables if they're not able to attend. We have discount codes. And also, y'all, if you're a YouTube member or a Patreon supporter, I did put out a way for you to get a discounted code for you to get into the 4ME conference at a discounted price. I don't know if y'all saw that, but that is available. It's under the community tab under YouTube for members, and I posted it on Patreon. If you don't see it, I will post it again. But again, big thank you. And again, yes, I am beating this horse to life because I'm telling y'all, I'm looking forward to what the 4ME conference is. If you have been a part of it, you know what I'm talking about. It is not just technical stuff we're talking about. We're trying to empower ministries and partner them up with other ministries to show what we are capable of doing together. Instead of trying to do everything by ourselves, we are still more than welcome to have more teachers, whether you're in person or online. That cutoff period is going to be April 1st if you're going to be a teacher, because we want to have enough time to prep and all this other stuff, get your materials together, all that fun stuff. Some of the people on here, Francisco's going to be there. Monty's going to be there. We got Elder Rob is going to be on there. Roslyn was on here. We got Janelle Youngblood. She's actually with a marketing firm. She's going to be talking about budgets. She signed up to be there. We got Johnny Ray from California. He's going to be teaching beyond church services, making new content. We got a bunch of other teachers. I haven't got their pictures yet. That's why they're not there. But we got a bunch of stuff. And there's more than enough room for you if you want to teach as well, too. This is going to be in person and online. We got a lot of stuff. And to let you know, folks, if you got anybody under the age of 16, they are welcome to come. This is meant for everybody. Where's it at? I put it on there so that people would know that it's available for other people. Did I erase it? Oh, and our first sponsor is PhoneLiveStreaming. I did a video for them. They are our first sponsor. If you want to be a sponsor on here, we got some sponsor information on here as well too. If you want to do that, I need to make a link there for that to become a sponsor. But like I said, it's more than just a conference about teaching people how to video edit, how to live stream, how to make content. It's for ministers as well too. How to properly use your media ministry, how to set your media ministry, how to actually talk when you preach, meaning that you look at people in the eye when you're preaching. Learn to look at the camera as well too, because there are people looking on there. How to make content that's applicable for the world and not just your house. It's nothing the matter with preaching to the house, but now that you have a global stage, is that message we talk about a whole lot of stuff there. So I think that's about it, folks. Again, just thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Don't ever let it be told or you believe that what you do is not important. I don't just say that because I think it's cute. I say that because as much as I've done, I've had a ton of people tear me down at the very beginning and thought that what I was doing, anybody could do, that what I did wasn't important. And then years later, it finally showed up. So that's why I want to tell you right now, if you have something like that, I'm trying to tell you that what you're doing is important. If no one at home, with your family, with your church, your community is telling you that what you're doing is important, it is important. God made you with that skill set, that unique skill set. And I'll be honest with you, I'm being real transparent right now. There's a whole lot of people here locally that didn't give two rips about what I did. And it was because of people like y'all that showed me and reminded me that what I'm doing is important. Even if the people around me didn't notice it. That's where that scripture came from. And sometimes you got to knock the dust off your shoes and roll out. Because sometimes you're not welcome in your home. Sometimes they might understand it later. Just like when Joseph, his brothers threw him in the pit. But guess what? Later on down the road, because of what he did, it benefited them. And that's what the whole thing is. So don't ever feel that what you're doing is not important. That's the reason why the community is built. It's not just meant, the 4ME group on Facebook is not just meant just to talk about technical stuff. It's to uplift each other because we're all in the same battle. What you're going through, somebody else is going through right now, just came out of it or getting ready to go into it. It is built, we're building an army together to support each other for kingdom mindset. That's what it's all about. So again, I appreciate you. I thank you for what you're doing. All the hard work, all the extra time, all the money that's being spent, it's going to be worth it. I'm not just saying that to you. I'm trying to remind myself about that as well too, because sometimes it get hard out there, folks. So hopefully this gave you some encouragement. Thank you so much. Thank you for those who gave the supported on the super chat. And can please make sure that you send me that so I can get you the code so you can get registered for the conference. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great one. If I don't talk to you before then, I hope y'all have a great Christmas. Know the reason for the season. It ain't for trees and for gifts and for lights. It's for the day that we choose to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, because believe it or not, Jesus was not born on December 25th. Some people didn't know that. He's not. But anyway, I hope you have a great day, evening, afternoon. Appreciate you. Love you. And we're seeing y'all on the next video, folks. Later.